According to the Associated Press in Australia, Kylie Minogue has been diagnosed with breast cancer. They're quoting this.
Kylie Minogue has been diagnosed with breast cancer.
It was first detected last week and only confirmed this morning.
She made the announcement earlier today.
She's fought every inch of the way, and surely this will be her greatest challenge.
She may be cancelling her world tour.
Horrific circumstances.
Her birthday later this month, in fact. Kylie Minogue, 37 years old later.
The Australian singer said she hoped all would work out fine and told her many fans and her friends in the music business that she hoped she'd be back with them soon.
She's a pretty fit girl. She's a strong-willed girl. And all our thoughts, I'm sure all of Australia's and the world's thoughts are going to be with her.
And tonight, for the first time, Kylie Minogue speaks about her ordeal. Start off by saying you look incredible.
Thanks.
No, seriously, like glowy and healthy and sparkly eyes and smiley.
Well, I'm happy to be here. Overall, that's, you know, I see things differently, and I'm just happy to. Well, for the first time in my life, I actually rested. But to have a year that certainly was not an easy year, but I did stop, and so I think a lot of people have been commenting saying you look really well, which is really strange.
Yeah, glowy, I'd say, because you removed yourself for a little while. So it becomes like this. Yeah, of course.
I mean, in a way I had to, but I also, the days that I could get to the corner of the street, I really wanted to do that. I didn't want to be trapped for.
Because there was all kinds of stories
the best
that
part
they were
of a
throwing
year
around saying she's dramatically lost weight. You know, she's so thin now, and she's finding alternative therapies and.
Yeah. There's always. I mean, yeah, I did lose weight.
Of course, you were very ill.
I did lose weight, and I had moments where you just don't want to look in the mirror, but so lovely.
I'm going to take you back to May 17th.
Oh, God.
I remember the moment, all the papers landing on the breakfast table.
Yeah.
And you being splashed all over them. Everybody was absolutely shocked and slightly shaky.
I'm slightly shaky now. Don't you remember?
Yeah.
Ripping my hands.
It was a real moment where it was like, no, it can't be.
Yeah.
It can't happen.
Yeah.
It can't happen to her.
That was my reaction.
Really? Was that your reaction at the moment of diagnosis?
The moment my doctor told me, I went silent. My mum and dad were with me. Then we all fell to pieces, and I was saying, no, because I'm packing. I've got my flight to Sydney in 2 hours. No, but I'm getting a plane. No, you're not getting a plane. You're... Sit down.
And so from that moment, how did you then start the whole process?
I had 1 day's grace where I knew, and went for a walk down to the beach with my brother and my boyfriend. And I would have been in a total daze. And then the next day we made the announcement, and then I was virtually a prisoner in the house, which not that I intended to go anywhere, but yeah, from then on it was just completely thrown into another world.
Was there a moment where you thought, I'm not going to say?
No.
Really?
No. I called my manager, told him, you need to come over. I said, okay, we need to make an announcement. And it's like, what do you want to say? I said, I've been diagnosed with early stage breast cancer. So.
Were you scared?
Yeah. And of course I didn't know it takes a period of time to fully have your diagnosis, your prognosis, operations, your treatment, and I would be told by my my medical team, just. Or in fact, I think they've seen all of this before, not in this kind of
with
public
with the
situation.
merry-go-round that goes on with it.
Yeah. But giving you the amount of information you can deal with as you go along.
When was the moment when it sunk in for you?
It's still sinking in. It's really hard for me to express how I felt, or even the chain of events. It's such a personal journey, even though you need the people all around you. But I'm trying to answer your question, and perhaps one way I can do that is to say I would just quietly go to my bedroom and just have 20 minutes to myself and try and deal with everything. And then, I mean, I really felt bad for everyone around me. I'm like, oh my God, my poor parents, The family's totally... It's like a bomb's dropped.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fallout just ripples and ripples.
Ripples. It's a very steep learning curve.
So you had the operation on the 21st, and then do you have a few days to recuperate, and then you started chemotherapy?
I've had a number of treatments. I had to wait for a certain time until I started chemotherapy, and that's a whole other, that's the next chapter of learning. So once I knew that, I decided I wanted to do my chemotherapy in Paris. Of course, my parents did not want me to leave Australia, but I said, I have to go. I have to have some semblance of what my life is. I can't stay here for 6 months. And I have a life with my boyfriend in Paris, and I was quite determined that I should do it there. So of course my mum came with me.
I was going to say, how did you manage to talk your parents around to that?
Oh, it was not easy.
That sit down chat going, right, I'm going.
That's a great understatement, that it was not easy. And I really... I couldn't imagine what it was like for my parents, as I say, at that moment. I mean, it was like you're a child, you're a helpless child again.
And from that point on, how did you approach the treatment?
Always one to rise to a challenge. I thought, okay, you have to you've got to fight it. You can't sit back and let everyone else do the work for you. I don't exactly know what that means, fighting it, but get through each day. Time keeps ticking. Go through the motions, and I can hardly believe that I'm here. I can do whatever I want tonight or tomorrow.
Were there days when you thought you might not?
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. Once you know what you're dealing with, and that was a really difficult time waiting for results, just waiting for the phone to ring or the doctor to come over. And then you can go, right, okay, this is the arena. Let's get on with it.
And how does it make you feel?
It's hard. The days you didn't see me or no one saw me were the days that I simply couldn't get up. I could not do anything. To walk to the corner store was a great... I did it. I got to the cafe and then go home.
Were your parents very supportive?
Yeah, absolutely.
Carol, Ron, Brendan, Danny?
Yeah.
How supportive was Danni through all this?
Fabulous, absolutely. And we're just thick as thieves. She would come to Paris on the Eurostar and you know, put the music on, get me moving a little bit. And I was with my mum the whole time as well, so it was real, the girls.
Because you were just recently on stage at GAY with Danni. Hopped on.
For about 20 seconds, yeah.
Tell me what happened there.
She was doing her show and I just wanted to go and support her because she was so good through my ordeal. I hate to use that word, but it kind of sums it up. And had no idea I would end up on stage, but I was asked if I would like to do, you know, give her some flowers. I said, I'd love to. When I saw the pictures afterwards, I thought that was truly us that you saw. Nothing, it wasn't planned, it wasn't like a kind of, this is going to be her first appearance. And it was lovely.
Nice moment.
Yeah.
Between sisters.
Totally.
I don't believe you know me, although you know my name. I don't believe the faults I have are only mine to blame.
Next, Kylie reveals how cancer has changed her outlook on life.
Coming out the other side, it's like springtime.
And reality hits home.
I just thought that might be it, you know. Don't make me cry.
Welcome back. I'm here with Kylie. So you were staying with Olivier in Paris.
Yes.
Is it true he had a motorbike accident and almost broke his back once?
Yes.
Did that make it easier for him to deal with what you were going through, do you think?
Possibly. Yeah. But he's very solid character. Very strong character, and that was just so helpful.
Because you're so well known for your image, was this even harder than anything else that could have hit you?
Yeah. And to be honest, you can only imagine what a spin you're in trying to deal with it, you know. Take everything else away, you're dealing with your life. So around that, I'm dealing with everything else. And I said to my manager, oh, you know, call so-and-so and so-and-so. I understand if they don't want to work with me anymore and they don't want to, you know.
What do you mean?
I just felt like...
What do you mean by that?
I just thought that might be it, you know. Don't make me cry.
There was actually a point where you thought that.
Yeah.
I cannot believe, you will not believe the number of people that have said to me, oh, do you know how she is? Do you know how she's doing? I did a big interview with you two actually not far long ago, and Larry was like, we want to know exactly how she is and how is she.
Yeah. As a thank you for people who are watching, I had letters, like gorgeous little letters from children. We don't want doctors put needles in you, and we love your songs when you're back on stage. And from women who have been through breast cancer, from women who were diagnosed after my diagnosis.
Yeah.
You know, a letter, someone's grandma did a prayer at their local service. I mean,
and did it matter? Did it matter to you?
It mattered. It really did. So yeah. A big thank you to all of those people.
I mean, that is one brilliant thing on the positive side of it, is that I've been reading about this Kylie effect.
Yeah.
You have an effect named after you.
I have an effect. Yeah, and I would, when I was still in Australia, I was there for a couple of months. And within that period, I would meet with my surgeon, have checkups. And I'd say, oh, so how are you? He said, oh, I've been so busy, you wouldn't believe it. I've had a 25-year-old, a 22-year-old, and that was all since my diagnosis. So I had people already whose lives were potentially saved just by becoming more aware.
Because I do think there is a general perception that it doesn't happen to younger.
Yeah, it's not true. And I'm not here to scare people at all. It's just it just happens. So just beware.
Be aware.
Not beware, be aware. Yeah,
absolutely.
And I know there'll be people who will see this, be watching this now, going through, as we speak, there will be X amount of women, some men being diagnosed.
1 in 9 can have breast cancer.
So
what would you say to them if they were watching this?
I would like to say, you can get through it. You can.
Living, breathing proof.
Yeah, that's why
with sparkly earrings and sparkly eyes.
Wear those diamonds. Yeah, not like, I had this. That's boring, it's personal, and I don't want to remind people of that. This is coming out the other side, it's like springtime.
That's the only way you can deal with negative stuff, I think, is to flip it right.
All the cliches come out.
Yeah, but they're cliches for a reason.
Light. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot. I think I was pretty compassionate before, but now I have a much deeper understanding of what it is to have a trial to go through. And it does bring out something wonderful in a lot of people. I've made some friends that I will cherish forever. Now when I visit the Children's Hospital, which I used to always do before, they know that I know. And overall I feel had I not discovered that till a little later, the story might be very different. So overall I feel, that I was saved. I really was.
But obviously because the doctors can never say, no, it's totally fine. Are you nervous about it coming back? And is it a thing that's constantly on?
No, it's not constantly.
Right.
I'm aware, and I do all the things that I'm supposed to do to kind of stay on top of things. Yeah.
Has it changed your whole perception of life?
You can't help but have.
So in what way has it changed?
Oh, again, a tricky question. I'm more eager to do what I did before.
Really? Because it could have gone either way.
It could
have gone, right, do you know what?
Yeah. But more than ever, I have realised that's what I do. That's what inspires me. I feel engaged. And more than ever, to be on stage, it's going to be such an emotional experience.
After the break, Kylie talks about her darkest days.
How did you deal with losing your hair?
Just buzz cut the whole thing.
And the happy days ahead.
Are there any rings on these fingers?
There is on that one, though. I've been eyeing that one.
Here we are, people. Splutes and bubbly all around. Sharon, there you go, doll.
Here she comes. Here she comes.
Oh, it's exciting. Oh.
All right, everyone. Give it up for Rippanui.
Ta-da!
Oh, no. You look like a fairy tale princess, Eps.
Tell me something I don't know, Dad.
Oh, I think you look really gorgeous, Eps.
Well, you're only human.
Welcome back. Now, Kylie, there has been so many rumours about you and Olivier getting engaged, the marriage, all that kind of things. Can you set the record straight? How many times are you going to get married, Kylie Minogue?
Are there any rings on these fingers?
There is on that one, though. I've been eyeing that one. What's going on? Because they've said you've been engaged, they've said you've been married, they've said you've been married again.
No.
They've given you, they've printed lists of the food you were meant to be having. Yeah. Is it hard to cope with that?
Well, the latest one was hard to cope with. Apparently, I'd refused Ollie's proposal. We haven't gone down that road, and I don't think that was very nice.
I think it also puts quite a lot of pressure on.
It does touch us, obviously, but it kind of exists in its own mythological world. We just get on with what we're doing.
Kids, would you like some at some stage?
Yeah, I would love them. We have to see about that.
Wait and see.
Yeah.
Was it a conscious decision by you that marriage and babies come later?
No. I've just rolled along, and especially the last few years have been pretty full on. So I didn't really have that much time to stop and think about it. It only comes up in a conversation like this. It's like, well, are you? Aren't you? No.
But I think there are two very different types of women. I think there are women that have dreamed about it ever since they've been 7 and know what shoes they're going to wear.
I'm not that woman. Love a wedding.
Love a wedding. Love a hat and
I
a
want
frock.
the details. I want to know everything. Get the photos out. But no, I just never had that. That's not my ultimate aspiration.
Where do you consider home now?
I have 3 homes. I'm getting more homes. London, Paris, Australia.
Okay. All equal?
Paris wouldn't be as equal. Australia, where the heart is, where I'm so patriotic. Love going home. But then again, the UK, being here,
took you to their hearts.
So I'd have to say that I've really got 2 main homes, and now Paris is just, and it's only over the water.
Exactly. Do you speak French?
I speak
petit peu.
Oui. I get really shy. I can either say something that is perfect. My boyfriend will be stunned and say, but you're French. Not even French. That was Parisian. That was...
Wow.
And
so
then
you've
the
got
next
accent.
sentence will be something from outer space. Just like, what did you just say?
Do you adore Paris?
I adore Paris. I have for a long time.
If you could do anything on a day in Paris, what would be your ideal day in Paris?
Oh, I have my regular haunts. Maybe a kind of a brunch, late breakfast brunch at Café de Flore, which is perilously close or dangerously close to the fabulous shops. just to walk a bit, have lunch at a great Italian restaurant that's nearby, go for a ride on the bike, which means that I have to do nothing, just hang on the back of the motorbike. It's an incredible feeling to be whizzing around Paris with your boyfriend on the bike, and for us, you can't get recognised.
Completely inconspicuous.
Yeah. Miss all the traffic, go over that. I mean, there's certain bridges over the Seine where you just... every angle you look at is incredible. And then, of course, as it becomes dark, the Eiffel Tower twinkles on the hour. And I had, where I was staying in Paris for when I had my chemotherapy, there was one little room where I put, well, not so little, but I guess it's like a single bedroom size. I had all my bags and, a chemotherapy diary that helps you, because you do have chemo brain, you forget everything, so write it down.
So tell me, what is that? Is it just
just the medication you have to take, got to see this person, that person, this day. It's like a full, you don't live by the normal calendar, you live by your medical calendar. Anyway, so this was my little room to feel organised. And I didn't realise until I was in the room one evening, and out of that little window, the Eiffel Tower was sparkling there. And I swear, the first time I saw that, I was like, she's sparkling for And I just thought, oh, it's one of my favourite things, of course. I mean, I'm so predictable that would be my favourite thing.
How did you deal with losing your hair?
First I had it cut a little bit longer than this, and then just buzz cut the whole thing. I was if I could have done a one-arm push-up, I would have. That wasn't the case. That really wasn't so much of an issue for me, I have to say. I don't know if that's because I'm used to having different looks, I figured out the way to do my scarf.
I love the fact that you did buzz it yourself, though.
Yeah.
I think that was an incredibly kind of empowering... It's like taking back the power a little bit.
That's a little something I got from a book. You know, I read everything on the internet, and they said whoever they are, that's a good idea. But when it starts to grow back, it's so thrilling. There's an eyelash. There's an eyebrow. Yeah, and you're sure that you'll be the one that never does, but it does. And as I say, trusting the people around you and I just had to say to myself, okay, this amount of time, I'm out of action.
Thought that I was going crazy. Just having one of those days.
Next, those first pictures.
Of course, there was a price on my head at that time. Who's going to get a picture of her with a bus flying by, my scarf coming off or something.
And Kylie's secret getaway.
Are you going to go back there?
I would love to go back.
Welcome back. I'm here with Kylie. I believe Ollie took some nice photos of you in Portofino.
Yeah. And I love that he took those pictures. It was actually, it was very funny. He's never taken pictures before.
Really? And you let him loose with a camera?
Yeah.
Go on, tell me.
And, I mean, I'd been thinking, how am I going to, I don't want someone to... Of course, there was a price on my head at that time. Who's going to get a picture of her with, a bus flying by and my scarf coming off or something? And I just wanted to do it gently, to do it, it wasn't a made-up thing. It's not about looking perfect. It's just capturing. We just went out in the garden. He's like, okay, honey, stand there. I ended up cold. I'm saying, I'm cold. No, stay there. I said, God, these pushy photographers. Go over there. And then we went through the pictures and went, okay, that one, and didn't realise that would end up on the news or end up... I knew it would have an impact, but it was all very, very positive.
Did you, in your head, go, if for some reason I am running out of time or however you term that phrase, did you make a list and go, I need to do this and I want to do this and I want to do that?
I just want to do everything. I really do. I honestly don't want it to sound soppy or too cliche, but that's the way it is. It's nice to take a walk. It's nice to see friends. I just can't help but see things differently. Actually, a friend who had been through breast cancer herself and was kind of my angel that I would call and talk. Did this happen? Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going there.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah. She gave me a book which I never ended up filling in, but it was called Dreams and Thoughts or something like that. And one of the things that I intended to put on that list, or it was on my mental list, was to go to Portofino, to go to this restaurant and eat the langoustine again, which I did. So that was like, tick, did that. It sounds like nothing, but that was just I thought if I can do that, that's great.
Has langoustine ever tasted as good in your life as that?
No. And I'll go back there again.
Got to ask you about Children of the Sea.
Yeah.
Because we saw all those pictures of you when you were with the kids, and it was kind of some of the first official pictures we'd seen of you in quite a while, actually.
Yeah. When I performed in The Tempest, the director, Toby Goff, did a project with a lot of the tsunami kids called Children of the Sea. So I just emailed Toby on the off chance, where are you? He said, I'm in Sri Lanka, the show's going great, da-da-da-da-da. And to cut a long story short, did the trip to Sri Lanka, and it was just such an emotional trip for me. Dare I say, a spiritual trip. I wanted to lie in the water. You have these kind of things that you just, like the langoustine. I said I want to just be in the sea. And that's quite a difficult thing to do if you want to do it and not end up on the cover of a magazine. But I managed to do that. And I lost it. All I kept saying was, I'm so happy. Like, no one understands. You don't understand. I'm so happy. I can't believe I'm here. Next thing I know, yes, I'm on an elephant. And even that was incredible.
Okay. So you did the sea thing.
Did the sea thing.
What else?
I was teaching local kids to swim in the sea. I was teaching them how to boogie board. They don't know who I am. I don't even I think all that the girls knew was that I was a famous singer. They really don't know much more than that, but there was tears when I left. And
are you going to go back there?
I would love to go back.
Is there somewhere in the back of your head, because obviously you are incredibly positive and you are that type of woman where you
Well, that's what I try to have at the forefront.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not like this all the time. I've been through something that, if anyone who's been through it knows, anyone who's a friend of someone, it's no picnic. And I'm still going through it. It's not like, hey, it's all over and
It doesn't stop like that, does it?
No, it doesn't. I've finished the main treatments, but I still have some treatments. I still have medical appointments. I still have checkups, da-da-da-da-da. So it's great not to be in a hospital for a while, but I just want to do lots of things. I am so happy to be able to go to Paris, go to here, for my family to see me looking healthy, and again, to thank all the people that really might have thought what they did was very small, but they all add up, and even the smallest thing makes a difference in your feeling and your the road to recovery.
Particularly if you're having a bad day, I think.
Yeah.
Do you remember one of those days? Do you remember having like a specific...
Oh, yeah, I do.
Bad day?
I don't want to tell you about it because it's a dark place to be. And I wouldn't describe that. That's it's there. People know it's there. If you're diagnosed with cancer, you can kind of imagine that there's a lot to go through.
Is it important for you to feel as though you are constantly moving forward and you are constantly taking risks?
Yeah, I've always... Having had cancer, one important thing to know is you're still the same person at the end. You were still the same person during it. You're stripped down to, you're at kind of down near zero. But yeah, you're still you.
Yeah.
And it seems that most people come out at the other end feeling more like themselves than ever before. I'm like, yeah, put diamonds on. I'm not going to wait for you to wear the diamonds.
Absolutely not.
Have that drink. I will have a glass of wine, thank you.
I like this.
Yeah, it's kind of...
It's embracing life is what it is.
Yeah, it's just... Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome back. I'm here with Kylie Minogue. I remember seeing a visit that you did to some kids with cancer as well.
Yeah.
Did that help you?
It helped me. Yes, it did. It did. I normally go and do a visit to the kids' hospital, and there's a group called Challenge. And the last few tours I've done, kids who are able to come to the show, they come and I meet them and have pictures and everything. And it was just something that I thought would be good for 3 reasons. Good for the children, that's the first and foremost, and the staff, and just lift the morale in the hospital. Secondly, it was on my list of things to do, so that wasn't, I could actually, okay, I've had to cancel the tour, but this was one thing, I can do that. And thirdly, it wasn't, there was a couple of points where it really wasn't easy. I'm so used to saying, talking to the family and the children. And at one point, over one of the beds, the father of an ill child said, "And how are you doing?" And just eyeballed me at that moment. I said, "Fine. Fine." I managed to find a corner I could go off and just kind of contain myself. But it was good just for people. They hadn't seen me. The public hadn't seen me since my diagnosis, and just to, I think it allowed them to breathe a small sigh of relief and go, okay, we've seen her. Didn't know what was to come, of course, but yeah, it was good.
What about the media? Did it feel incredibly intrusive?
Yes. Again, not so much for me, but for my family. Like, can you imagine how protective my dad was at that moment?
Yeah,
and yet,
like a bear.
You cannot punch paparazzi because then you're going to be in court. And
Yeah.
You just, I don't know. We all just had to kind of deal with it and go through them.
So what were they doing? Were they hiding out? Were they hiding out in bushes outside your house? Were they trying to get into the hospital?
Oh yeah, all of that. But I simply cannot stress enough that it was the team around me. I had 2 wonderful security girls. They were with me the whole time. The hospital was fabulous. Really, they've probably never dealt with anything like that before. To this day, I haven't seen it all, like the kind of immediate aftermath. I've heard about it. I've heard that it was everywhere. But I simply couldn't face that at that time. It was just like lockdown.
Aren't you having a very special exhibition in the V&A?
Yes.
That started in Australia, actually, talking of Australia.
Well, there's a few projects that were all started before my diagnosis that are all about to happen. So I've got so many reasons to be excited.
Fired up.
Yeah.
So what's the one for the V&A?
The V&A, I donated all of my clothes, my tour clothes, red carpet clothes, shoes, etc., to the Performing Arts Museum in Melbourne. And that nearly tipped all of us over the edge, having to compile where everything came. It's this stuff, like they have Charlene's overalls, they have the hot pants, they have everything.
Oh, hold on, then we've got to talk about those hot pants.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to go back to the hot pants.
Okay.
Those hot pants. Spinning around was 2000.
Yep.
Went to #1 in the UK and Oz. How responsible were you and how responsible were the hot pants? And can you differentiate between
All I
the
know
two?
is I spent so much time talking about them, I would have loved to just send them out to do the interviews. Really. I mean, hello, me. No, it's the hot pants. But I love that my girlfriend found them at a market or somewhere for 50p, as is famously reported.
Because that was a really big moment. It was kind of a really pivotal moment.
Yeah, and was happily not that aware. It's only afterwards I realised, oh my God, if that hadn't worked, I really would have been down in a dumper. Yeah.
Is that a frightening thing to think now?
After what I've been through? No. No. I was ecstatic at the time, I remember. To go in at #1 was great.
I have to talk about Charlene and Neighbours.
Okay.
Because I was the biggest fan. I'm sure, actually, I still have Scott and Charlene.
People still come out of the closet.
Those days, describe them for me.
Fabulous. I had done acting through since I was really little, and then was acting again at my last couple of years of high school, and we didn't know anything about anything, so we went to the production company who did The Sullivans, and they happened to be having an audition that near to that time, so I auditioned for the Henderson Kids, dressed up in the part, went to the audition, got the role, and that's probably the most fun I had acting as a youngster. And then I had the bug from that.
Really?
Yeah.
Was Charlene fun to play?
Yeah. Really fun. Never had a clue what I was doing at that spanner. It's an awful admission. I had never... It's like, yep, right. I nearly blew my car up. I arrived home from... I would drive to work in my little Datsun, speeding out to the Channel 10 studios at Nunawading, late or haven't learnt my lines or something. And I arrived home one day, so this smoke and stuff coming out of my car. To my dad's horror, because he's such a car guy, I'm playing a mechanic. I just didn't think about oil and water. I just put petrol in. Things.
You did not.
I did. So I didn't go much further than the overalls. Showgirl Princess, which was an idea in the pipeline when I was on tour, because I got so many cute little... I love children. Always have, always will. And I would get the cutest sort of notes from them, and I thought, I really want to do a children's book, somehow. I met at the local cafe with the girls from Puffin Books, me with my scarf on, and spoke about the storyline and concept and what we'd like to do, and did it.
I bet that was quite a nice thing to do, actually.
It was lovely.
Because it's something that completely takes your mind off all that stuff, all the breast cancer.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's so little girly, and you want...
It's all sparkles, twinkles,
yeah.
The dog.
Yes, Sheba, the Rhodesian Ridgeback.
If you want to know my involvement, it's storyline, it's taking the digital pictures of the dog. I had...
Is this Ollie's dog?
Ollie's dog. I don't know how many pictures of Sheba I took.
I don't know how you've done all this, by the way. You're putting the rest of us women to shame.
It's smoke and mirrors.
Really?
Yeah. But in the meantime, it's part of the healing process to do what you do or what you want to do. And this is what I want to do.
After the break, Kylie's emotional return to Tour Down Under.
I've tried to project that many times in my mind, and I just can't.
Going back to Oz just before Christmas. Are you going to have Christmas in Australia? Shrimps on the barbie and all that.
Shrimps. We do put seafood on the barbie at Christmas Day. Actually, many a Christmas Day, I'm there peeling the prawns.
What, you don't pull the thing of? Listen, I'm not peeling no prawns.
I know. I'm there.
Oh, really?
Heads, etc.
I guess if you want to eat them, you've got to peel them.
Exactly.
So is that where you're going to be spending Christmas?
I should think so, yeah. And by then I'll meet my new nephew.
So exciting.
Baby in the family, so.
Which is going to just be delightful for you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Tell me, when you do go back to Oz with the tour now, how will it feel going home and it's the first thing you're going to do?
I've tried to project that many times in my mind, and I just can't. I really can't imagine. I can't imagine. I'm just focusing on what I have to do to get there, and I don't know quite how I am going to do this. However, I've set myself the goal, and we might have to adapt the show slightly, but it's on. November and December in Australia.
Okay.
And for many reasons, I'm going to come back to London and do a week at Wembley in January.
You're very brave. I know, you're very brave.
Why?
How are you going to do that?
I don't know. But you know what? I'm never prepared before a tour.
So how are you going to get yourself... Because I presume you've got to get yourself...
I have to get on that walking machine. And I have never been in this situation before where I have to start from the beginning. I don't have strength, I don't have stamina, I don't have everything that I took for granted before. So really, I've got a mountain to climb, but I don't fancy hanging around at the bottom of the mountain. I would like to do that.
And how is the tour going to be different? Are you going to make changes to it?
Yeah. Partly because I'm not sure that I'll be able to do everything that I did before, and not that I do an enormous amount of, I'm not kind of jumping all over the stage, but just like quick changes are really stressful.
Yeah, and particularly those corsets.
Well,
the
yes.
weenie,
Well,
weenie,
there's
weenie.
a whole other world backstage that happens 6 times throughout the show. So I said, you know what, maybe we won't have quick changes. We'll have slow changes. And maybe even a little chair.
Why not?
Send the tumbler out. So, yeah, some changes just through necessity, and then other changes because I've done that.
Are you a natural live performer?
I think so, but I have studied. I mean, I've put in a lot of work behind the scenes to try and so that when I am out there, I've got the tools that I need, the technique for singing when you're not well. It sounds funny saying that now, doesn't it? Since I, unbeknownst to me, wasn't well, but I still sang.
You did? During that period, were you really tired?
I was tired.
Really?
Even at rehearsals before the tour started, I distinctly recall. I mean, it's funny how things come back to you. Going to my 2 sound guys, the monitor guy in the front of house, and I was like, oh God, I'm so tired, So maybe I'm too old for this. That's what I kept saying, like. So in retrospect, it is interesting. I don't know how much it's got to do with my illness or whatever, but suffice to say, yeah, I was pretty tired. I feel full of energy at the moment. I'm exhausting everyone. Like, what did they give her? She's my assistant. It's like, can you slow down? No, I can't. Too eager to do things.
So how do you explain that?
When you've been knocked down for a year, I'm being careful not to overdo it, and the team around me, do say, okay, stop. All right, I'll stop. Just. But I'm just excited.
Where do you see yourself at 50? Do you think you'll still be performing and still doing all and still writing books and perfume and DNA?
I have no idea. If there's one thing I've learned the last year is that you can't predict where you'll be. try to enjoy the moment, have a laugh,
swim in the sea,
eat
langoustines,
hug and kiss, and do
bike rides with boyfriends.
Yeah. I have no idea. You and I could very well be, okay, let's make a pact.
Go on.
If at 50 we're sitting opposite each other doing an interview,
yeah,
we'll follow that swiftly with a lovely bottle of Krug. Or two.
It's a deal. It's a deal.